Yo, what's up, guys? Today I want to talk to you guys about religion. Uh, Before you click off this video and get offended about what I'm going to say about religion, hear me out, because I want to make a clear point here. And this video is going to kind of be directed towards men, right? Okay, let's begin. So, in my personal opinion, right, and there's kind of proof to back it up, I believe that all religions are valuable to men, all of them, right? Depending on, what part of the world you're living in. If you're in India or whatever, you probably want to study Hinduism, Buddhism. But anyways, you can do whatever you want with religion, right? So basically, why do I think religion is important for us as men? Okay? So anyways, let's take the opposite of religion. What is the opposite of religion? Nihilism, atheism, and apathy, pretty much, right? So these are pretty much the belief in nothing, right? And when you believe in nothing, you have no authority, right? And people think authority is bad, right? People think that having authority is like bad, and everyone should just have like their own freedom and this and that, right? And pretty much just do whatever you want, YOLO, whatever, right? Guys, what has YOLO done to our society in America? It's created a bunch of weak men that are still in adult bodies, but they're boys inside, right? That's what it's done. That's what it's done for our society. And what does this do to women? When we have weak men, we have women that don't respect us, and we have women that now become the men. They take on the masculine role. And this makes them miserable, and it also makes us miserable because we're not masculine. And when we're not masculine and they're not feminine, that makes us miserable, because that's how... Guys, listen. Like, there's been people online, like these group, like yogis and stuff like that, that say, oh, you should, work on your feminine side and integrate that into your life. Guys, it's so easy to be feminine, and like, because, what are some feminine qualities, right? Sitting back, relaxing, right? It's easy to sort of do that, don't work hard, just go with the flow. That's easy to do, right? Get in your feelings, be emotional. Guys, that's so easy and natural to us because we're not raised and taught in our society to be the opposite of that, right? So that's easy. The real thing that we need to adopt are masculine virtues, and we need to learn those. And I think that religion offers us that, right? Religion offers us that. Even I'm going to kind of lean towards Abrahamic religions in this video. Again, I still think there's value in Hinduism. Hey, guys, Hinduism's the oldest religion. I think that there's much value in there. But again, okay, Christianity, Catholicism, what is the benefit of that? When you're drawing upon the Lord Jesus, right? When you're drawing upon the Lord, you are guided by him. And he sets out, in the Bible, he says to not do certain things, to do things and behave in a certain way according to what he says and what is right and what is wrong, right? Because right now we live in a society that doesn't care what's right or wrong. It's all about whatever you believe, right? And so, anyways, my point being is that religion, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, right, mostly the Abrahamics, and honestly, there's some in Hinduism and Buddhism that offer, like, philosophies to live by, right? There's sayings in the Bible that tell us to not indulge in sex, right? And guys, listen, there's also sayings in Hinduism and Buddhism that tell us to be still, right? To quiet our mind. And right, that's kind of a feminine thing, but again, it's still a philosophy to live by. It's better than not having any rules or anything, and just living like a degenerate your whole life, right? So most of us, atheism, what does that give us? What sort of value do you derive from not believing in anything and not believing in any philosophy or any way of living, right? Because that's really what religion is. Not only does it try to give us like methods and techniques to reach the divine, but it also gives us ways to, like, it offers us like rituals to live by: fasting, prayer, meditation, right? These sorts of things. Semen retention, right? And so what I'm trying to get at is that atheism and not believing in anything, that leaves men with the idea that we can just go out, no one's gonna judge us, there's no consequences to anything we do, so let's just go play video games all day and jerk off and smoke weed and try to have sex with all these women, right? And not live a virtuous life, right? Now listen, in the absolute sense, in the non-dual perspective of things, nothing is good or evil, right? But listen, if you want to have a good human experience, if you want to experience the most joy that you can and virtue that you can as a human, then good and evil are relative in this like physical reality that we're in, right? So you kind of want to do things that are leaning towards the good side in this relative reality, because you want to experience the most life that you can inside this human body, right? And again, religion offers us that, right? It tells us to do certain things and it tells us to not do certain things, right? So anyways, the point I'm trying to get at is men, especially men, need a philosophy to live by. And Christianity and Hinduism and all these religions, right? I honestly think the Abrahamic religions are a little bit more strict, which is, honestly, I think it's good for men to be disciplined and strict, right? You can't just always go with the flow and do what you feel, right? Sometimes you gotta just, do sometimes the arduous, difficult things in life, right? Like, oh, fasting's too hard. Oh, semen retention's too hard, right? That's sort of like that's like what girls do, right? They complain about things. Men aren't supposed to complain, right? They're supposed to do it even if it's arduous, right? So that's really what I'm trying to get at. A lot of people bash religion because it takes their they say it takes their freedom away. But think about it this way. Are you really free if you're a slave to pornography, if you're a slave to video games, if you're a slave to your phone? Are you really free? Right? You're free in the sense that you can do anything you want without punishment, but you're still like, you still can't get away from those things. And honestly, you may think that, those things are enjoyable, but you're not experiencing your best life, let's say. You're not experiencing the true potential that's within you if you're doing those things. You may think so. You may think that you're, doing the thing that you want to do and it's great and everything, but deep down, you know that you're not being a real man and you're not doing the things that are difficult. Because, guys, there's plenty of examples in religion where these masters have done things that have been difficult. Moses fasted for 40 days and came out with the 10 Commandments after 40 days. Jesus fasted 40 days in the desert, tempted by Satan, right? And what else? There's plenty of others. Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree, became enlightened. That's not easy. Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree for I don't know how long and got enlightened. And Buddha had to, his mind probably had multiple urges to go do shit, but he did the difficult thing and he sat there and was still. Most of us can't do that. We can't be still. I still have difficulty doing it. That's why I don't say, actually. That's why I think it's good for men to do like a dopamine fast. Do a dopamine fast, because what that will do, and this is kind of going off topic here, is that will sort of like free you from all your attachments, because a lot of us go through our day just doing stuff unconsciously, because we're having withdrawals from our addictions, right? Like, you know, going checking your phone, doing watching porn, this and that, right? So anyways, back to the point. Religion, the main theme I think of religion is a philosophy to live by, and it also tells men, I guess women too, right? But women, I think their value is really, you know, I'm going to go aside again here. I think their value is really raising the children of the family, right? But men, like men are, I think, I don't know who said this. I heard it by someone. Women are born and men are made, right? So men have to develop themselves, and religion helps men develop themselves, because it gives you a set of rules and guidelines to live. So that's really what I want to get to here. People bash religion because they don't like authority and they don't like being told what to do. But guys, listen, being told what to do isn't always a bad thing, right? Like, it's like when you hear something that you don't like, you know is true, but you don't like, you don't like it, but you know it's true, so you listen and do it, right? That's what religion is. Most of it, right? There's some things that have been infiltrated and twisted between the different religions, right? Mostly the Catholic Church. But for the most part, you know, if you read the Bible, if you read the Gita, if you read Advaita Vedanta, I don't know how to even say it, the Tao Te Ching, right? These holy books, if you read them, most of them are not, you know, they're pure, mostly, if you get a hold of a good one. And so men need to really, that's what's missing in men these days, I think. I really truly believe that that's why we are effeminate, that's why we're suffering, that's why we're lazy, we're, you know, not being the men we should be. And it's really noticeable, right? You can see it in the people. I experience it all the time when I go to public places. I see people are miserable. I see women, even women, man, they're not happy, you know? Guys, when it all starts with men. You have to realize that. It all starts with the men. It goes women, or children, women, men, and the Father. Or the Son, and then the Holy Ghost, the Father, right? It goes in that hierarchy. So we have to derive our power from authority, from the Father, from God, from Christ, or if you're Buddhist, from Buddha, if you're Hindu, from Krishna, right? So the point I'm getting at is we have used religion, men have used religion in all of our history. We have been religious, most, you know, men have been religious all throughout history. And so now in our modern day, we're not religious at all. So we have no authority to gain. We have no authority to derive our power from. So that's why men are suffering. And that's why the world is suffering. We don't have strong families. And everything is just, you know, do what you want to do. That's not a way to live, man. I'm telling you right now. And some of this new age stuff, right? Some of the new age stuff I like, and some of it I don't. The main thing I don't like about it is that it just tells you to go with the flow and do all this, right? So men need religion. Whatever religion you adopt, I don't care. I don't care. These people the problem with religion is that people argue about which one's right or wrong. All of them have value. Choose the one that gives you the most power, that gives you the most wisdom, and helps you the most throughout your life. That's what I would suggest. It's the biggest thing that we've lost these days. Atheism is, if you know, I've had a lot of friends in high school. I asked them, hey, you guys religious or whatever? What do you believe in? And they're like, nah, I don't believe in anything. And guys, these are the same people that don't like just fuck around all day. After school, they get together, smoke pot, go to McDonald's, jerk off when they go home, and repeat. And it's just a degenerate, repetitive, everyday, stupid thing that they do that ends up leading them nowhere. So that's really it. Some of you guys, you know, if you're a non-believer or whatever, I don't care. You leave me shitty comments, whatever. But the guys who understand what I'm saying, you know that religion has always been powerful and has always been something that men have used throughout history. And it's something we need to bring back. Christianity needs to... Again, the United States is a Christian nation, but it's not like... You know, for instance, I'll give you an example. My family, some of them go to church, right? Some of them go to church. But the thing is that they don't do the practices. They don't really pray like outside of church, and they don't fast. Fasting is something that's huge in Christianity. Huge. I think Jesus says in one of the... I think I read it the other day. He says, when you fast, you pray. Right? When you fast, you pray, and you will be delivered. Right? I don't know. There's some saying in the Bible. I forget which one it was, but it kind of goes along those lines. Right? So the point here is adopt the practices that your religion promotes and abide by the principles, the rules, and try to live a virtuous life. Do the difficult things. Guys, when we do the difficult things in life, that's when we get the rewards that we desire, right? And that's when we build character. And that's what makes us men. And that's what makes women respect us. And that's what makes society great. And that's what makes the world great. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified when I upload. If you have any questions about this, I'm really passionate about religion. I like to talk about it. Leave me something in the comments, video recommendations, or whatever you have to say about this. And I'll do my best to get back to you. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.